Okay.
All right. Love
We're
that
back.
song. God, that's such a good song.
I made that myself.
When'd you do that?
I time travel and I wrote Hey Jude. What can I say?
Wow, that's a good one though.
Yeah.
Let's hear it again. Let's play it again.
Nah.
And we're back.
Nah. Hey, Ross Snow. Hey, this is Kirk Hicks and I got Ross Snow with me tonight.
I'm back.
You know what? Like, it reminds me of a joke I kind of had in my head for a while. Was that like my mom? She like doesn't know anything about pop culture or like anything like relevant other than like what her job is. It's mostly like pharmacy and probably what her life was like in like the 70s and stuff as a kid growing up. So I feel like I could trick her pretty easily and just like play her the Beatles. Because I don't think she even really knows the Beatles that well. She was kind of like before her time.
Just stuck in her pharmacy studies.
I'd be like, hey, I wrote this song today. It's called Hey Jude. And she'd be like, oh, good job. She would be like, that's really wonderful. You did that. And I was like, you're so creative, Kirk. And I'm like, thank you.
Well, maybe you should give her a call right now. Let's do it. Get her on the line.
Ring.
Her up.
Ring. Ring. Hello? Kirk?
Is that what she sounds like?
Sounds like Marge Simpson, yeah.
That's cool.
She's a good lady.
That's nice. I've never met your mom, but I'm sure she's a nice lady. It sounds like she's a pharmacist or something. Am I getting the right thing? Didn't you say that?
Technically, she's a drug dealer. We just call her a pharmacist
right.
to make her feel good. Like, no, she's really
for tax purposes.
For tax purposes, she's a pharmacist.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So how's it going in Minnesota, eh?
Let's see. It's, I think, pretty much exactly the same as before. Just deeper into this quarantine, you know. You got to like wipe down the groceries. Have you done that? Like, I don't know how like paranoid you are or whoever you're living with. Where are you at right now? You just at like an apartment with yourself?
Apartment in like High Park area, Toronto. Yeah. So
with like roommates and stuff.
Yeah, I got roommates. I got two of them. It's like we have a pretty decent sized place. So it's not really where, you know, just kind of like stick to your own spot. But like it's been fine so far.
Right.
I ordered
stuff from paranoid.
I ordered like stuff from like Costco a few times. So I get like some food that way, and I go to the grocery store. And I guess I started the first week or so, or going. I've only gone a few times, but I was wiping stuff down and wiping the gloves that I came in with, and like and doing all like it's one of those things where like you start to realize the whole effect of it. You know, like you know how you're like, okay, well if I came in with these gloves and I touched these things, I wiped down these things and then wiped down my glove, but also like I touched this door handle when I came in the front door, so I better wipe that down too. And then and you're doing all these individual things, and then you start to understand the pain of what it's like to have OCD.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like these are things you'd never think of. Like you kind of like you them bypass you, and they kind of make you feel uneasy at the same time, right?
Yeah. So like OCD people, they're prepared for this. You know, they'll be fine. They're going to get any coronavirus.
Yeah, this has been a war they've been waging for a long time.
Yeah, they've been training for this.
A funny thing I read was most companies and business and all like sorts of organizations are like were caught off guard with this, you know, except for like one organization. Do you know Wimbledon?
Oh yeah, I read that too. But
they paid into 20 years of emergency pandemic insurance. Yeah, and they got like $114 million settlement from their insurance company.
I know. Is that actually true? When I read that, I was like, "Are you kidding? This cannot be real."
That sounds legitimate because that's probably what they make. You know, that's probably what they'd be set to lose. So it's probably whatever
it's real.
It's real. That's a pretty big tournament, a lot of like tourism and a lot of stuff there. So that's just kind of an interesting thing. I was like, I'm not sure how to feel about this. You know, like good for them.
Yeah, that is odd. I mean, where does that money now go? You know, that's way more than they would have made, right? So what
if it's just TV commercials? They're just like putting out commercials. They're like, maybe come to Wimbledon.
Oh my God. Maybe like tennis next year is going to be like insane. You know what I mean? Yeah. The courts are going to be like little playgrounds of all sorts of obstacles and stuff. They're really going to pour the money back into the sport, I hope.
Or maybe they'll change tennis. They'll make like the courts that sticky Velcro stuff from those paddles you had as kids. So the whole point is to not let it hit the ground and stick to the ground. So you'd always have to keep batting it back. And that person who misses, they you can always tell where it is, right? It's in
maybe it's going to be like that show Gladiators back in the day. There's going to be like where the judge is at. He's got like a little like ball launching thing, and he's just trying to like peg the player. You know what I mean? It's gonna be intense, but I'm pretty sure that's where the money's going.
I remember American Gladiators where the guy had.
Oh yeah, what did I say?
You said Gladiators because you're from America, so I figure you're probably like that's where it's like how in England they have the English muffin. They probably just call that a muffin, We have Canadian bacon, but we just call it bacon, I guess. So, I don't know. Really ham.
Yeah, but that's pretty impressive. They were ready for this. Good job to those guys.
That had to be a fun job, just like whipping tennis balls at people through that gun.
God, I know. Yeah, that would have been really fun. I think they brought it back, and it didn't do so well, though, sadly.
Well, you guys have some pretty good competition show-wise, like the Ninja Show.
Yeah, God, it's weird that I feel like I've watched a good amount of it, and I don't think I've ever put it on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I've ever turned the channel to it, but yet somehow I've watched like at least 15 episodes of that crap. Is it just always after something good or something? I don't understand how that happens.
Oh,
I don't love it, but somehow I end up
like the obstacle course. I'm talking about the obstacle course show. Where it's like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, I feel like I've watched 15 episodes, but I've never actually clicked on my TV to like change the station to it.
Oh.
It's just always been on somehow.
It just gets on.
Yeah, and I guess I'm just too lazy to change it.
Maybe
I'll watch
it's
some guys jump over a little pond.
Sort of way to get ratings. It's just like they're like, it's always on. So sorry, we don't really want to program really great TV. We just want to make sure it just gets turned on and stays on.
It must be after some show that I watch or something, and I'm just too lazy to change it.
But
it's a decent show, I guess.
It's kind of interesting because it's sort of like it's motivational as well as kind of like cool.
I kind of hate that part. You mean like where every person has like a sad story or something? Where it's like, last year he hurt his leg really bad or something. It shows
he thought
like his family crying.
He'd never do it again.
He'd never climb a rope wall again.
He thought he couldn't be a one-armed, one-leg man and take on the Ninja Force.
Purple people eater.
Yeah. But it turned out he had all the balls. No, he just had one ball.
Yeah, I've always thought it'd be funny to have like a really long, like one of those little sob stories that they show for like 3 minutes, and they just have him just like eat it on like the first jump, and he just falls into that little pond and he's out. You know what I mean? Make you feel so bad for this man. And then he's also horrible at this too. But usually after they have the sob story, they're going to, go pretty far. It's usually a pretty safe bet at that point.
Yeah, I guess maybe I've just seen this online. So you kind of see maybe the best of. But I can imagine.
Wow. So you've never watched the actual show.
No, I think my sister made me watch it once a little bit, and I was just like, but I always just see like them randomly where it's just like on Instagram or YouTube or something where it's just someone doing something really amazing. So I mostly have just seen like people do the course, and the course normally takes like a couple of minutes at most.
Yeah,
but it's always
like a
highlight
reel, but there's a lot of failures in there.
It's a lot of stuff.
Mostly failures, yeah.
A lot of behind the scenes trauma.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a half-hour show, so, they can't all win the course on the course.
Would a better show be like American Ninja, where like you get just like hunted by a ninja?
Well, there is a movie coming out, or maybe it came out where they hunt humans. So maybe that sounds like something you should watch.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to like put someone like they know a ninja's coming for them. They're inside. Mostly, I'd say they're just inside like a house, like a stunt house, where there's like stuck weapons inside, kind of like a video game and things, and like ways you could protect yourself. But this ninja has the advantage. But like, if you get to like, if you could stop him, then you like win something. But like most people can't stop the ninja because the ninja is like a ninja. So that would be like the grand prize would go to that one guy who just like was like, take that, you know, and then takes him out, or like senses him sneaking up behind him and just like flips him over.
Yeah, and you know, I've also heard, I forget whose idea this was, but it would be really impressive to start the Ninja Warrior show, like just to be able to show how impressive the actual competitors are. Like if they just chose a regular guy to start first, you know what I mean? Let him try the course, just so you can kind of see how tough it is for comparison.
Like, make that like first leap, but they just fall so hard. Yeah,
yeah,
that would be good.
It would definitely make the Warriors stand out a little bit. Like, I want to try the course. Don't you kind of want to see like just how hard this is?
Yeah, no, I was watching something and it was like you could really tell it's just like a practice thing that these guys are working on, and I was just like, oh man, this is like really difficult stuff, because the guy they had working on it wasn't like one of those type of athletes, but he was a climber, and even like he was a professional climber, and he still was like, oh god, this is like some hard shit. And he's like, you can still do it, but then you almost like, you don't see it in like that light of a TV show at that point. It's just behind the scenes. It's kind of like the reality of it kind of shows of what this is. Yeah. And then like, and you see them so the one part, some of these guys failed at the stuff. So you're just like, and you're like, and then like, you're like, oh, so this is pretty hard stuff. And like, you can even be like a really high end athlete and then it would still test you. So these guys are making it look easy, but yeah.
Well, God, now I'm getting amped about this show. I've been making fun of it, but now I kind of want to watch some more, you know?
I think the first thing you got to do is get a chin-up bar.
Yes, I have owned one in the past, but, you know, those days are gone now, so I'm sure my chin-up abilities are lacking. Hey, there's a lot of grabbing onto bars.
Ross,
that's true.
Ross,
what? Huh?
Keep your chin up.
Nice.
You'll always get that back.
Classic. Yeah, I'm sure I could do like maybe the beginning part where they have to like jump from, I don't know, like one circle landing pad to another or something. I can get that jumping part down, and then after that, you know, I'm probably falling out of it.
If they do like a really easy zip line where you just gotta like raise your legs up a bit, that's where I think I get most of my distance in that. But it's you seen that one where it's like a bar and you gotta like jump up with the bar? Oh my god,
yeah, that one seems insane.
Yeah, I don't think I could
impossible.
No, I couldn't even do like one of those. That seems that's like you have to have so much upper body strength to do that. I feel like because I don't like, we were talking about chin up bars. Like I don't think I could even do one chin up. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe next year though.
I'll be in the audience if you do it, and they'll be like Ross's friend Kirk is eating a hot dog on the stands, cheering on his buddy, who they made this agreement a year ago that if Ross made it, he'd come out. Sure, go get him, buddy.
It's always so sad when they pan to the family after he just lost, you know, when they pan to the crowd and it's like his wife and kid. And it's just like the most uncomfortable moment. You know, he's been training for that thing. He's been so annoying, like for months, 6 months. And now they're going home. They're a little 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, it's probably an awkward car ride home.
Yeah. And then he probably goes home and he works on like that one thing that he failed at. You know, he works at that one thing for like another 2 months, even though he doesn't have another chance on the show. I'm sure once you're there once.
But also, you got to imagine if you put so much time and effort into training that like other things don't really get done, right? That's what that guy focuses on. But then you lose. Is the car ride home become kind of like your wife going, oh, so you've got this really good body and shape, what else could you do with this? Like,
Yeah.
and he's not like, I don't know what else really pays money for this kind of talent. So
thinking about other like reality shows that he might have a chance at.
Yeah, I guess I could be a fireman or something. Like, I mean, I'm just thinking of like, what's the real world application of all these little talents? You know, like you're functionally more strong in a lot of ways than most people, but like in the average life, what is this good for?
Yeah, I don't think very much. I don't think there's very much. Well, now there's actually a new show called like Ultimate Tag or something, where people are playing tag against each other. Have you seen that?
No.
It's like a real show. Yeah.
I can't believe that. It's supposed to be social distancing right now. You shouldn't be able to touch anybody in public. Aggressive.
The stakes are high. I know.
It sounds like aggressively.
One of them actually does have coronavirus too, so it's intense. Yeah.
Nice.
High stakes. But I've seen clips online.
Low immunity.
Nice. But I've seen clips like online of these like tag tournaments before it was like a televised thing that a network picked up. And it's kind of cool. There's like a bunch of like obstacles, all sorts of like weird things that you can like climb on and like run around and stuff. It kind of looks like a playground almost of just like weird random crap. And then like one person is it, and they have, I think, like 1 minute to tag the person. And I guess if the person's tagged, I don't know, maybe he can tag them back, or maybe he just loses. I'm not sure. But it's kind of entertaining. And so I guess one of the networks, like Fox or something, picked that up for a show, which seems insane, but whatever. Anything can be a show nowadays, I guess.
Well, there was that movie about adult tag.
That's true, with Mr. Bean in there.
Is Mr. Bean in that movie?
Yeah, he was not playing Mr. Bean, but he was in there. He should have been playing Mr. Bean, but
he's not doing enough Mr. Bean in his life right now. You know?
Yeah, he's just sitting on his Mr. Bean money now. Do you think he ever does his like Mr. Bean shtick like at the dinner table? Like, you think he does that like every day, or you think they're like? I think it's either one or the other. Like, I think either one or the other. Like, he's constantly doing it, or like he never does it because like he's so sick of it. You know.
You know what? I think it's kind of like. Have you ever seen this show, Marvelous Miss Maisel?
Yes, I've seen like a few episodes.
So there's this like character in that show, which is like I forget what's her name, Sophie something, and it's what's her name? It's like I can't remember the actress's name, but anyway, she's actually like a high respected person, but her act is totally like a dumbass woman from Queens who's like a fat ass, but she's actually wearing a fat suit and putting on a whole act that's like totally opposite of what she's really like. She's very articulate and very intelligent. So I assume that's what Mr. Bean is like. Like, he probably despises the character because he's like a very intelligent English guy who's got like a degree, I think from Cambridge or something. And he probably wants to be considered more about his smarts. And Mr. Bean is kind of like a dumbass. Yeah. And he's kind of like just a goof everybody likes, and he fucks up. But like that guy, I think in real life probably holds himself to high esteem, so he probably doesn't feel like at this point in his life that he could play that character because he's almost like too far away from it. Yeah, I think you're right. I've seen him like talking on talk shows, and he does like, have you ever seen my play when I was Hamlet? Stuff like that. He's like, I've interpreted the Shakespeare text quite verbatimly, so I shall now give you an adaptation for the ages. I wonder what he's been doing. Yeah. I wonder what he's been doing. So I remember this. There's this YouTuber who did a thing about Mr. Bean, and there's a Mr. Bean channel on YouTube, but like it's Rowan Atkinson's like voice here and there, but it's like someone is playing like his hand or something, or like doing these like little like sketches, and it's just like Mr. Bean content that's like looped all the time. Oh yeah. So there was a whole thing into that. They were looking to this YouTuber, Gus Johnson. He did like a whole thing about this weird Mr. Bean channel, which seems to be sanctioned by the actual Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson. And it's because it's got little bits of him, like his voice and things spliced in from his show. But his parent, he said that someone else is playing some of the stuff and making these videos basically for babies. And it's like essentially what he thinks is ruining the brand of Mr. Bean, because they're just trying to pump out content. That's
interesting.
That's nonsense, like all the time. But he's like, I don't get how like this guy who must have, he's like apparently a net worth of like over $100 million or even more than that. Like, why would he need YouTube money? Someone's kind of like fucking him over or something, you know. So that's one of the things I've seen though. Interesting.
Yeah, Gus Johnson. I've seen him definitely. He's ranted about a lot of things. I watched him rant about like jalapeno stems in Subway sandwiches. I guess they were given too many stems. About like 100 sandwiches at different locations and counted all the stems. And, you know, there were quite a bit of stems in there.
Yeah, we don't get many of those in Canada. We go for the full pano.
You don't get stem in yours, or you do?
I've never seen that, but actually I remember hearing him complain about that on something. Yeah. And then it's weird that like one thing I order like maybe once in a while is Uber Eats from McDonald's, because there's no McDonald's really close to me. There's lots in Toronto, but like I don't live in the vicinity of walking to one and like taking it home with me. So like I don't want to eat there because they're always terrible places to eat at. But I'll get Uber Eats because it's like, you know, there in 20 minutes. And the first time I did it, I didn't have a lot of food one weekend in the first week of the pandemic. And I was like, I don't want to bother people and order stuff online, but I kind of needed something. And I got like a double cheeseburger or whatever it was in one of the things. And I definitely had I had a pickle that was the end pickle. And it seemed like it was
what?
It was the end of the pickle. So it was a stem.
Oh. Yeah.
So it was essentially, that's what it was. And I was like, who would do this to me? And I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. People who are pissed off that they're at work, you know, like in this landscape. And that was one of the worst meals I think I'd have had in quite some time. The other thing I ordered was like an egg McMuffin or something, because you can do all day breakfast. And it was like the egg wasn't done.
Oh no.
You could still kind of like yolky. Which is like fine when you make eggs, but when McDonald's makes eggs, you're like, I really hope they cook it.
Yeah.
And so it was probably the worst. It was definitely the worst food that I had eaten, but I kind of needed something. And
the worst food you've eaten ever?
Well, I mean, like the worst takeout I've gotten from that like experience. Okay. Most times you get takeout, it's like, it's pretty okay. Like even like a bad pizza is still a pretty good meal, you know? But this was just like, you could tell there was no shits given.
That's too bad. I've never used Uber Eats because I always feel like isn't it like really expensive? Like a ton of fees added onto your stuff or something?
Yeah,
I don't know how it works.
Kind of strange now because they have a lot of structure to it. When it used to be like you'd pay like $5 for delivery. And then you could tip if you wanted to. So I'd like to tip, like, you know, not all the time, most of the time. I felt like it was, you know, it's hard to tell if it's good service, and it only really goes to the driver anyway. So depends. Like if someone's on a bicycle, that's like my guaranteed you get a tip because you had to bike to my house.
Oh yeah.
So like the driving ones, I'm like iffy about. Depends how nice you are sometimes or whatever. But like generally, it's like I don't know. So, but then it used to be like about $5, sometimes less, depending, whatever. They might waive fees here and there for promotions. But now it's weird because there's a service fee and a delivery fee, but the delivery fee is less than most it used to be. But like you put those two together and then you tip, then yeah, you could be spending quite a bit.
I know. That's what like Seamless and Grubhub have started doing too. There's like, yeah, like you said, delivery fee, service fee. I think there's like another fee sometimes, to the point where it's like I'm ordering like a $12 thing and it's like $23. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want that anymore. So now I can just, you know, walk to a place, at least when I was in New York. But also an interesting thing too is like I was checking online. I was like, is this a new thing that Seamless is doing? Like like these extra fees, and I guess it's kind of like a newer thing that they have been doing. And then like recently I noticed they like launched like Seamless Plus or something where it's like a subscription type of thing where I'm like, oh my God, I'm not gonna do that.
We don't have that one in Canada.
Seamless. Yeah, you don't have to do that, but I think it's like supposed to be, oh no, there's no like delivery fee. That's supposed to be like the perk or something. But I was checking online and people are like, oh yeah, don't forget you can still just call the restaurants. Like you can just get them to deliver and not have all these fees. It's like people kind of forgot.
There's something still do that. In Toronto, there's this restaurant, which is probably too expensive for me to eat at. It's like a nice Italian place. But the benefit is if I did order from them is apparently the woman who owns the restaurant, her husband, he's an ex-NHL player from the Maple Leafs, Thomas Kaberle. So he potentially could be the one who delivers your food because that's what he's been doing in the pandemic is to help out because they've been getting so many orders. Hilarious. It's like all their clients are now takeout only, right? So so he could be the guy, and he's really humble about it too. He's like, just had to help my wife, and was she asked, and I said yes, of course, and like that's he's like great. I don't mind. And his face when you see him with there's a picture of him with the bag, and he's like, this looks so. He looks kind of this like a regular dude, It's kind of funny.
That was funny. That's a good way to get some more business too. Come on, a chance.
Would you like a delivery from right defenseman of the Toronto Maple Leafs from 2000 and something or other to something? 2000. I think he stopped playing for the Leafs in 2005 or 6 maybe. So even before then, yeah. So he was like. Yeah, he was a good defenseman, but it was like kind of funny that was the guy. I didn't even think that he would be in Toronto still. So kind of interesting. Wonder what Larry Walker is up to.
Larry Walker?
Maybe Larry Walker from the Colorado Rockies. He's Canadian. He might be delivering food.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's who you were referencing. I was like, where's this name coming from?
Oh, he's from
I didn't
Canada.
know he was Canadian.
Do you know that he almost became a goalie?
No.
He was almost a hockey goalie instead of playing I think he played first base or third base, right?
Right field.
Oh, right field. Okay.
And I think he was super bad at defense, historically or something. I'm going to check the stats right now.
Because he went into DH pretty quickly, right?
Well, he was in the National League, so no, he was not DHing. He was stuck in right field. That's why he had to keep playing defense. Okay, well, you know what? All that defense talk, it was wrong. He was not historically bad at defense. I take that back, and I apologize to your listeners.
Yeah, a lot of Larry Walker.
Looks like he had pretty normal defense, but I thought I swear there was some crazy stat for negative defense at some point. Whatever.
I would say close to the end of his career, he probably wouldn't have been so good because I remember when I first learned about Larry Walker, he was pretty slow, but he could still hit the ball. Yeah,
he's always hit the ball.
But I think he had leg stuff or problems. I think eventually he could just step up to the plate and crush a couple dingers. But I would get running around wasn't so easy.
Yeah, his stats are pretty crazy. In 1997, Kirk, guess what?
What?
He batted .366 with 49 home runs and 130 RBIs. Come on, 366 and 50 homers? Ridiculous. Glad you brought him up. Do you think he ever won a World Series?
Larry Walker. Did he win a World Series? Who are the teams he's played with?
He's played with the Rockies. Okay, I guess. Wow, he was on the Expos back in the day. Didn't know that.
Yeah, the Expos were in the mid 90s, before the lockout, were one of the most loaded teams of all time.
Wow, yeah, because they had Pedro Martinez,
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson?
Randy Johnson was on the team.
Really? Wow. Yeah. So he played for the Expos, Rockies, and the Cardinals. Cardinals for 2 seasons, 1.5 season. Think he made it to the World Series?
So the Rockies, he played with the Rockies, the Expos, and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
The Cardinals, I think, had won a World Series in recent memory, but I don't know if when he was still playing. So I'm going to say, let's just say, yeah, he won with the Cardinals, maybe.
Nope. He did get to the World Series, and he batted .357 in 4 games. Looks like they must have been swept, though, if he only played 4 games.
Swept by Boston. Oh, geez.
Yeah. 2004. That was wasn't that the year where they came back against the Yankees? It was like that crazy comeback, and it ended their drought. I think it was.
Oh, the fever pitch.
Yeah, like that insane comeback.
Do you know that movie Fever Pitch with Jimmy Fallon? I've never seen it, but it's about like
they filmed it in the actual game. Yeah,
but they filmed it, but they were with the idea that like the original plot was that the Boston Red Sox always lose and disappoint their fans, and that was going to be part of the plot.
Mm-hmm.
But because they actually turn around and like we're going to win, they're like, oh, we can just change it to that.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Got to rewatch that. I'm not going to. I heard it was bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend any Jimmy Fallon movies, except if you ever seen Almost Famous. He's in that for a little bit. That's a good movie.
Oh yeah? No, I don't think I've seen that.
Oh yeah, you got to watch that. Almost Famous. It's about this young kid who becomes like a reporter for the Rolling Stone, but then it's based on the guy's real life, who's like a director.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the guy's name now, but he's directed other stuff though. So he's kind of like he's famous for being like this is like his retelling of his kind of weird adolescence, I guess.
Interesting.
So these are some pretty good trivia facts, I think, though.
They are, yeah, which, is leading us to our next segment. Play the trivia song, Kirk. Play it.
The overall topics I chose for you are, of course, baseball. So, but I won't use any baseball logos in this. We'll probably just say it's like a picture of a baseball. And the other thing is video games. We were talking about video games a little bit earlier, and then just on like chatting about Fortnite. So I figured like maybe I'll toss you some of those.
Okay.
And some general stuff. And because you are in fact an American, we went over that. These are going to be some general questions about America, your country.
Okay. I think we had some of those last time, and I think I did okay. So I'm ready for that. And so now your questions, they're all about one thing, and you said to ask questions that you might know something about. And so who would know their own Facebook page better than the person themselves? So all your questions are about how well you know your Facebook page.
Oh, great.
Yeah. A lot of interesting stuff to go diving into, Is
there anything, is there any other, like, it's just, you're going to ask me about myself. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, you should know all the answers, right?
I hope so. Well, I don't really know what the questions are going to be at that point.
Exactly. But you'll know some of them for sure.
Well, it's kind of funny because I originally had this idea that like we're going to do a quiz show that basically wouldn't be a typical quiz show. I'd have you and another guest on, and then you guys wouldn't really compete for like facts and quizzing. You would just try
to what, answer first?
It may not be or compliments.
Sorry, you're breaking up.
That was my thing. Was like, oh, sorry. So yeah, the idea would basically be like a compliment off. So by the end score would be which one of you kind of sucked up the most to me.
Huh? That doesn't sound like a trivia show at all. Well, you're trying to trick us into sucking up to you and giving you compliments.
I think that's kind of what it was. I was trying to make my confidence kind of go up. So I thought that would be kind of funny, like to see how that would work as a show. But here we are, though.
Yep. So I got to get that other guest.
I'm ready if you want to get going.
All right. Go ahead. I'm ready for the first question.
Okay.
I know you got a lot of tabs open there.
I'm going to give you a pretty easy one to start out with. What occurs when in baseball, when a hit bounces off the ground and goes over the fence? Is that a inside the park home run?
That's a ground rule double, baby.
Ground rule double. That is correct.
There it is. Didn't even need the choices.
A ground rule double became an official rule in 1930. Before that, a ground rule double was a home run.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a home run before that?
I mean, it's probably
how many
impressive
home runs do like Babe
far.
Ruth have? Like, how many home runs do like famous people have that were actually pathetic ground rule doubles?
I don't think there was a lot of. Was Babe Ruth before 1930 though? I'm thinking this is like.
Yeah,
really
he was,
old.
wasn't he?
I don't think he was. He might have partially played that long ago. I think he was like 40.
I think he started in the 20s, I thought.
Okay, then maybe.
Yeah, he played from 1914 to 1935. So come on, those are all ground rule double home run years.
This call those dribbles.
That's horrible. I got to go look back at his stats, make some corrections.
Yeah, like we gotta I don't know if they kept track of that. We might have to go back and rewatch some of those games.
Yeah, let's watch those this week during the quarantine.
how many
next
years
episode we'll come back with a corrected home run total.
Do you imagine how boring those like baseball right now is really boring, right?
Yeah.
Like
no, it's not right now. Come on.
No, but like it's kind of boring to watch on TV. But imagine trying to watch black and white.
Yeah, I know.
Or team baseball. Like
yeah,
that'd be pretty fucked up.
Yeah. All right. So we'll start with an easy one for you.
Okay.
So, what is your listed occupation on Facebook? You better not be cheating over there.
I don't have my
listed occupation.
My Facebook is not open.
Wow, you don't know this.
My listed occupation is it self-employed?
No. Wow.
What is it?
Kirk, 0 for 1.
You got to give me
a professor of fraudulent studies at Trump University.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that wasn't a real diploma.
You got to remember your joke answers that you put.
No, I faked that diploma, Ross. So pardon me if I forgot that I faked a diploma in fraudulent studies.
0 for 1.
Oh, yeah. Boom.
Wow. Thought that was a softball because I thought that was new. I thought you just added that.
No, that's been there for a while. That's been there since when Trump was taking America and all of us by storm.
Yeah, he's still doing that.
So this isn't a question for American geography.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you'll know this one. You might. This doesn't really affect any of the places you've lived in so far, but. Okay. The longest coastline of all the U.S. states belongs to which one of these? Is it A, California, B, Florida, C, Maine, or D, Alaska?
So, this is a trick question. I think I'm being set up to say California, but Alaska is way bigger than any place. And it's all coastline.
Are you sure?
We got to go Alaska.
Alaska, and that is correct.
All right. There we go.
In fact, all other states' coastlines, if added up, still cannot beat the length of the coastline of Alaska, which extends over 6,000 miles.
Wow. My brother was born in Alaska.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Anchorage. A little extra fun fact for you.
Dusty Snow, right?
Yeah, well, he goes by Riley, but you can call him Dusty if you want.
I thought that would be a good name, Dusty Snow.
Yeah, well, I'm off to a strong start here. Same cannot be said for you.
I've only got one incorrect so far.
Yeah, but that's only one question, so 0%.
It's kind of embarrassing still. Yeah.
Well, let's see how well you know yourself. On Facebook, Kirk. What is your listed address?
My listed address?
What is your listed address? You better not be checking this.
No, I just don't think I don't think I have a listed address on my Facebook. Which is
you do, Kirk.
Making me go do I really have an address on Facebook? Is it Toronto, Ontario? Location?
You're so close. There's a type of specific area within Toronto, Ontario.
Is it High Park?
No, Kirk, you have put Slutsville, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
I don't remember any of these jokes.
Yes, I was like wondering if there's a story there or what.
I mean, there used to be, I'm sure, you know. I'm like, now I forgot all about Slutsville. I'm like, I'm not even close.
Yeah, no, you forgot that. 0 for 2. I mean, you kind of almost got it, but you really needed this Slutsville. So I'm not giving you credit for that one. Sorry.
Hey, so I might have to bring it up a little bit more with your questions. So I'm gonna delve in.
I think you'll be able to get some of the other ones. Although I thought you'd be able to get your occupation though, but I think you'll get back on track.
I totally forgot about that. That's one of those jokes you make, like you're just there.
Exactly. It's like you don't touch your profile. You make a joke and then you don't touch it for like 6 years, and you're like, oh my god, that's still on there.
I think there was one point where my occupation was the Children's Nightmare Generator and the Conservative Party of Canada. Like it was a combined job. Mm-hmm. And then someone was like, oh, you mean like Monsters Inc.? It's like, I didn't even think of that. I just thought I'd make up a weird name.
Yeah.
So this is a video game question submitted by myself.
Tough for me. Okay.
So I don't know if you'll know this, but it says in the category of toughness, it says very hard. What type of animal is Sonic's companion Knuckles?
Wow, that's a great question. Knuckles is like the red, weird-looking thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What the hell?
Do you want me to give you a multiple choice for that, or?
I mean, if you think it's fair to. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to get it without multiple choice. Definitely not.
Is Knuckles an A, echidna, B...
What the hell? It's got to be that thing, because who just randomly chooses that as an option? So I'm already going with that thing.
Okay. B, koala.
No, it's A.
C, aardvark.
No, it's A.
D, guinea pig.
It's definitely A. I'd never heard of that animal in my life.
It is in fact an echidna. Knuckles is an echidna, a type of animal that lives off of ants or termites and resides in Australia and New Guinea.
So is it like an anteater? I don't get it. It's not an anteater though.
It's kind of like it's like a hedgehog still, kind of. I think. Like if you, I can Google this for you, but
you don't have to. That's okay. But
that's why I was like, maybe an anteater is similar. So
yeah, I was wondering, like, maybe that's the scientific name.
It's actually, if you like look it up, it looks kind of like a weird looking hedgehog. It's like a hedgehog that has a little bit of a weird beak on it.
Well, why would they choose that? You know,
because it's from Australia, right? Like, it's just a weird animal.
Yeah, it's normal to them.
But it's like, I mean, if you're looking at like the Sonic the Hedgehog thing, it's like, what also?
Yeah, the artist did a horrible job of capturing it, because the character does not look like this puffy thing. It looks like a porcupine.
Yeah, well, it's like that, or a hedgehog, or it's kind of like it's got the spikes the same, but then the face is way different. It's like got that nose, which makes sense. It's almost like an eater's nose.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at the picture of the character Knuckles, and that's nothing like the animal. Mm-hmm. I'm angry. They did a bad job.
So that's
okay, but I'm 3 for 3 though.
That's 3 for 3.
Wow. All right. Here's your next question about yourself, Kirk, from your very own Facebook page. Do you have any listed nicknames?
Is one of them Jerk Pricks?
Gonna need you to be a little more specific.
The Jerk Pricks?
Sorry, Kirk.
Can I get a multiple choice? That'll only be fair, right? I guess as soon as you say one of these things, I'll probably clue into what it is. But
okay, hold on. Let me come up with some options here so that it's masked. You know what I mean? Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. So you know that The answer is you do have a nickname on there.
Mhm.
Just one. Is it Kirk Pricks, Mr. Jerk Pricks, or Sir Jerk Pricks?
Jesus, I guess it's Mr. Jerk Pricks.
Wow, you are wrong.
Is it Sir Jerk Pricks?
It's Sir.
I was just trying to think of I'm like, it's Jerk Pricks something, but then I'm like, would I be like formal or very formal in how I address my nickname?
That's so funny.
So I had to take a middle road with that. So I'm oh man,
Wow.
I'm slaughtered on this. So you know what?
I thought you'd know yourself better, huh?
Yeah, and you know that I like trivia, but maybe I'm not like up on myself lately, you know?
Yeah. Instead of looking
Like
at the trivia in the world, you need to be looking at the trivia from within, you know? Your own personal stats. Well, all right. Well, I'm ready for my next one. I want to go for a perfect 10 here. Well, I don't know how many you have. I have 10 for you.
This might be a little harder. I've got one for you.
Okay.
It's general trivia about the human body. And the question is, how many bones are there in the human body?
127.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you multiple choice.
Okay.
Okay. Question, the answer is it A, 127, B, 186, C, 206, D, 308?
Okay, I'll go 127.
You're still stuck on that. The answer actually was C, 206 bones.
Oh, man.
In the human body.
I really wanted it to be just random number I threw out immediately.
Use your fucking head, man.
But that was good that you used it against me, though. I was like, wow, was I actually on the mark with that? That was good you included it.
That would have been good, right? Yeah.
I had to stick to it, because what if it was actually 127, then I strayed away from it? Would have never been able to look myself in the mirror. You know what I mean? All right, well, my first miss, and that's okay. See, now I need to make sure I have extra options here, because you're not going to know this one. This one's. Well, you might. Okay, I'm just getting it ready. Okay. All right. So, Kirk, another question about you, yourself, and your Facebook page. Kirk, this question is: what is your first profile picture from your account?
I'm pretty sure it's just a picture of myself.
So I've got some options here. Is it you doing stand-up? Is it you smiling in a bar?
Smiling in a bar.
Or is it you outside in the snow?
Smiling in the bar, I'm pretty sure.
It is you smiling in a bar. There you go. And bonus point. How many likes did that profile photo get?
At least 800, 900.
There was not a like on it, Kirk. And so you know what? I'm going to like it right now.
Oh, thank you.
That thing deserves some love. You know, you're looking like you're having a great time in that bar.
I think that's before you could like stuff.
It might be. I don't know.
Do you remember how like
2008, I think.
No, that was I think that was my first profile picture. I think.
Oh, you remembered it though.
No, but I remember that because you said the way you said it. So I remember thinking about that. But
2007, yeah.
Yeah, so I like got Facebook around that time, early 2007 or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, when it was just coming out or something, or
so that was like when it just expanded beyond
colleges.
I think like colleges in the States. So it was like I was in college then, so I was in like my college's intake, or it was like not everybody could have Facebook then. It was like you had to be like in the people probably forget that where like you had to be in like
college, yeah.
But you had to have like an email to get in, but then everybody was in it wasn't like you were in Facebook. Yeah, there was like little groups of Facebook. So I was like this college's whatever area thing. So then I think every
listener should go and like that photo though.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a good one.
It'd be nice.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Well, I did it.
Don't be a Sir Jerk Pricks. Go ahead and like that.
And nice. Yeah, it does have a comment too. Do you remember who the comment might be from?
It might be from my sister.
What's your sister's name?
Like on Facebook, it's Kristen.
Yep, you nailed it. She's complimenting your photo and says, "Oh, she complimented herself in the photo too." Wow.
She wasn't in the photo, was she?
I know, but she said, "What a great smile we have." Look at that.
We had
complimenting your smile, but also complimenting her own.
Well, my joke was that like she's my twin sister.
Oh, okay. It makes more sense now.
No. This is the full story. So Kristen's my twin sister, and we look completely opposite. But the one thing we have that looks the same is our smiles, because we had the same orthodontist, and he apparently has one way of making a smile look. So
that's funny.
So we essentially look the same when you smile. So yeah.
So Kirk and Kristen. Oh, see, that's funny. And my brother Ross and Riley. You know, why do parents do that? You know, why do they always name them the same letter?
Yeah.
Mystery.
Who knows?
All right. Well, that's nice. You're back on the board there.
So I'm gonna
1 out of 4 here.
I give you this next one. I think you're gonna like.
Okay.
That one's too hard. I'm going into some sort of Star Trek. No, sorry, Star Wars. Because I want to do some maybe like loosen up with some movie trivia. So, you know Chewbacca, right?
Oh yeah.
Are you a big fan of Star Wars?
I'm like a casual fan. I just finished watching like the like 3 episode, like 1, 2, and 3. I just watched those like 2 months ago.
Okay.
So it took me a while to get caught up.
You're finally there. I haven't seen the last couple, but
yeah, I haven't seen the last
fan
one.
of the original ones though.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in terms of Chewbacca, what is his home planet and the home planet of the Wookiees?
Do I get multiple choice or not? Because I bet I'd get it with multiple choice.
I'll give you multiple choice.
Okay.
Is it A, Bespin, B, Cloud City, C, Kashyyyk, D, Uran?
I'm going to go with A.
Nope. It's not Bespin, unfortunately. It is C, Kashyyyk.
God damn it. It was fun. I did see that like movie where they go there and there's just a million Chewbaccas everywhere. That was fun. I think that was like the droid, some whatever droid movie that one was.
Oh, yeah, that was in Revenge of the Sith or whatever, the third one.
Yeah. I thought that was something droids or something.
Yeah, there was like a droid battle there, but it was the homeworld of of the Wookiees, and Chewbacca's there, and Yoda's there.
Yeah.
It's also you watch like the Clone Wars. I think they go to Kashyyyk a few times there.
Okay.
But I think also like I played the video game where you get to like be on that beach and you're like fighting with the Chewbaccas.
Well, that's fun.
So that's a pretty fun level. Like you're like clone troopers, and you can like go around.
They should make a game where you are Chewbacca. I think people would enjoy that.
Well, that was like the other thing. Like I think I had there probably is ones because you have like the hero class in Star Wars Battlefront, like the newer games.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't played those. But you could play as Chewbacca as a hero class in the original Star Wars Battlefront games for like Xbox and PlayStation. So you'd like get to a point where you did so well in a level, then you'd be like, if the level's hero was Chewbacca, you'd be like, would you like to play as Chewbacca? And you could go around just like killing people with the Chewbacca's
that's cool.
Like like some sort of crossbow gun.
Oh right, that was his thing. Crossbow. All right, well, man, now I'm like 3 for 5, I think, huh? Missed the last 2. It's not good.
You did well with the echidna, but I guess that, looking back now, that's kind of stood out as a word that sounded.
Yeah, you would never have chosen as even a fake answer.
Well, I tried to like get it out right away, like echidna, and then like something else, and you were like, "Nope, that's the one." You caught on. So
yep. All right. Well, this next one, I can't give you any multiple choice, But all you have to do is name one. Name one, Kirk, of the 7 listed favorite books that you've chosen on Facebook. You have listed 7 favorite books. Just name one of them. Should be easy because you just think back. What's one of your favorite books? You know.
I think I chose A Prayer for Owen Meany.
Is that going to be your choice? Because you can only make one guess.
And I can only make one. Can I just say a couple of books I think that are on there?
No, you can only name. You just need to name one of your favorite books. I don't want you getting multiple guesses.
So I'm pretty sure I would have wrote A Prayer for Owen Meany on there, but
okay. Well, you did not, Kirk. Wow, never even heard of that book.
Did I choose? Did I choose like Freakonomics then or something like that, or
no?
Rodwell? I don't remember what books was the. I don't know what.
Okay, well here's the books: Romeo and Juliet, the book.
What? I don't remember writing that down.
The Secret.
The Secret? What?
1984. The Odyssey. Cat in a Hat.
I don't think these are books I actually particularly wrote down.
Well, you did. You're the only one who can fill out your profile.
Can I go to this real quick, Ross? Let me just check this.
Well, be careful. Don't look at too much stuff in your profile now.
So you're going into like
the other two.
Are these liked pages, or where is this in my?
No. These are not liked pages. You go into your profile. There's a little arrow button that says more,
and it goes about.
And then there's books.
More.
There's books.
Oh, I can't go to more though. I don't see that. Oh, photos. More. I'm gonna scroll down. I scroll down all the
more.
way.
You click on more over, not in the photos section, on your page. There's timeline, about, friends, photos, and more. Are you on mobile or a computer? What are you doing?
I'm on my computer, but then I'm looking at these books and I've never. Oh,
okay, so you see it.
Oh, no, you're looking at red. I don't know how I got many of these in the red category, but I think right. Books. So if you look actually into books, you'll see John Grisham and Freakonomics. And Freakonomics, and then The Tipping Point.
You still didn't have that book you mentioned.
But the second one I was Freakonomics, so I think I deserve a little bit of credit for that.
Well, yeah, you don't get a point, but
I think that we both. I think I want to redo, so I'm going to close my page. If you want to give me,
getting one.
If you want to give me another question, I'll take it. Okay.
We'll see if I can find a spare question. We'll see. But as of right now, I'm marking that as incorrect. Right, what was the book you said again?
It's A Prayer for Owen Meany. It's like one of my favorite books. I just couldn't remember if I'd even had put any books down on my Facebook.
Yeah, I knew. I have.
Because there was some point I know in Facebook where you could put down the things you liked, but then at some point everything became its own page. So when everything became its own page, it got kind of messy because then you would have liked something and then you like something, then it converted over to something, and you would be like, "Why do I like this weird page?" Oh, it's because you like this, you put down a thing once. So I don't know.
Yep. Well, I think that makes it, what is this? 1 for 6.
Hey, that's all right. Boy. So, Ross.
Yep.
Would you like a question about video games, Star Wars, America, or baseball?
Let's go baseball.
Okay. What is this?
What is this? Is that the question?
Oh, no. God, sorry.
Can't tell what you're looking at. Probably a baseball.
So who is the... sorry, I was skipping a question I think you would have known. Sorry. So who is the oldest player to ever play in an MLB game?
Oh, is it... I know it. Wait. It was like a pitcher for the Mets or something. Okay, something Franco or something, I bet.
Let's see if you know. Okay, so A is Bartolo Colon. B, Satchel Paige.
Like Julio Franco. C,
Albert Pujols. Or D, Pedro Martinez.
Wow, you didn't even throw my guess as an option.
I mean, you already kind of got it wrong in the first place. I mean, I'm gonna look past that. That you already got the question.
All right. Let's hear the choices one more time.
So Bartolo Colon, A. B. Satchel Paige. C. Albert Pujols. D. Pedro Martinez.
So, God, I mean, I guess maybe Bartolo Colon has now pitched longer, so I guess I'll go with Bartolo Colon.
And sorry to tell you, Ross, that is incorrect. Satchel Paige is the correct answer. Began his baseball career in 1926 and played his final professional game in 1965. He was only invited back for one game. He holds the distinction of being the oldest ever suit up for an MLB game.
Oh, that's cheating.
At 59 years old.
That's cheating. I don't think a lot of record books count that.
I guess
I thought it was something.
He still played a game. He still played a game. So it's, yeah.
I'm going to Google and find out the real answer. MLB player ever.
Do you think this is? I got this from HowStuffWorks.com. So
yeah, it doesn't sound reputable to me.
59 years old, still pretty old to play a baseball game. You can't really dispute that fact.
Wow, weird. I wonder why I was thinking of that one guy. I don't even see him like.
You might be thinking modern because this is like this guy started.
I didn't see him in like the top. Oh, Jesse Orozco. Maybe I was thinking of that guy. I don't know.
This guy started in 1926 and then played his last game in 65 just for like.
But did he? Yeah, he didn't actually came back, right?
It says he was invited back for one game.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
be disqualified.
That's almost like a 40-year.
Oh, there's the guy, Julio Franco. So he was 49, Julio Franco.
Yeah.
And yeah, otherwise in the modern era, yeah, it looks like
sure wasn't 59.
It sure wasn't.
All right, so I'm ready to get back in the game here. I want to know myself. I closed the browser so you can trust that I haven't been looking at my Facebook further.
Wow. Also, a little fun fact.
Or what about Ross?
Satchel Paige has my same birthday. Just a little fun fact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you're born in July? July something?
7th. Yeah.
7th. Wow.
7/7.
Ross.
Yeah.
Would you be considerate of maybe switching from trivia about myself to maybe trivia about yourself?
I have to answer questions about. Wait, you have to answer questions about me?
Yeah, I just want to see maybe if I'm better at like guessing some multiple choice questions about you.
Wow.
Maybe to see how good of a trivia master I really am. Like maybe a true trivia master doesn't know himself very well, but like knows everything else.
Boy, that's an interesting one. You're not going to know me that well.
You have to give me multiple choice though. I'm not opening Facebook, so I'm only going to keep my my browser open with the I think about 5 tabs right now of different trivia. So
okay, well, I mean, this one is just general knowledge if you can remember this. So, what are the 2 places listed for college? I don't think you're going to get it.
One is Humber.
Well, there you go. You got half of it.
The second one is Albuquerque something.
Don't think that's an official school name, Albuquerque something.
Did you go to school in Albuquerque? How about for the second one, can you give me a 50-50?
Oh, right, because I was supposed to give you choices, right?
Yeah, shoot. Or give me multiple choice, but it's like a couple of questions, so I get it.
Okay. So, was it? So you got Humber. Okay, that one's clear. Boy, the one I was about to ask you from your own profile, you would have gotten 100%. You would have gotten that one right. Okay. Is it New Mexico University? Is it New Mexico State University? Or is it University of New Mexico?
It is University of New Mexico.
You got it, Kirk. You did it.
Back in the game, baby.
Well done. Back in the game, 2 for 7.
2 for 7. I'm no have no Albert Pujols, but
Yeah. Wow. Good job. Yeah, you've already gotten as many right about me as you did about yourself. So that's telling. That's telling right there. I think you would have gotten the next two about you. Okay, so am I asking you one about yourself as well, or is it going back to you here?
So I will I ask you a question now, I guess.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm going to go back into something video game related. Did you ever have a Game Boy growing up?
Yes.
So there was a peripheral device that could be used to connect two Game Boys together.
Really?
What was that? What was that called?
Am I getting a multiple choice for this or no?
So A is...
You gotta make something up.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. Read this. A is Nintendo cable. C.
What happened to B? What happened to B?
Oh, sorry. What? I'm missing this. Is one thing. Sorry. Okay, I'll start again. Sorry. Is it A, Nintendo cable? B, Game Link cable? C, link cable device? Or D, infrared cable link?
These are horrible names, all of them. They did a horrible job marketing these things. It should have been called like Game Connect. Like what the hell? Okay, give me the choices one more time. Oh God, you're not going to remember what you made up, probably.
So remember? A, Nintendo cable. B, Game Link cable. C, LCD connection device. D, infrared cable link.
All right, I'll go with B, I guess.
The Game Link cable?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Ooh,
the Game Link cable was released in 1989 alongside the Game Boy, allowed two of these devices to be connected, perform multiple functions such as multiplayer and item trading.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. There was some really cool things like a printer. Remember you could like a printer or something?
Yeah.
Print stuff, and there was like...
Well, the Game Boy printer was because there was like a camera. Like the first digital camera like for consumers was like a Nintendo camera. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. All right. Should I hop back to a Kirk question?
Whatever you like, man. I'm open.
Yeah, just because I have these ones ready, so we may as well finish them out.
You were smart enough to like, because like some of these are just like I'm looking up like question answers, but you probably have like some more. Yeah,
I got some fun ones. I think you will get this one.
Okay.
What was the last place you checked into? I don't even think I need to give you the choices. But do you want the choices?
I'll take the choices.
All right. Well, that means I got to go back to your page.
I've never.
Okay, here we go.
I really don't know.
You really don't know? Wow. Okay.
I mean, I don't remember checking in. Like who checks into places anymore?
All right. So here's the choices. Okay. We got Toronto, Ontario. Is it a check into Toronto, Ontario? Was it Ripley's Aquarium of Canada? Was it Just for Laughs Comedy Festival? Was it Tallboys Craft Beer House? Or was it Le Papillon French Restaurant?
The what French restaurant?
Le Papillon.
I don't think I've been there.
Well, you have. That was your first check-in, so you can mark that one off your multiple choice.
I don't have any idea about that. It's one of those things where I'm like, check-ins are confusing to me because I don't really know when I've done them or not. Or like how to do them. So I think if I have them, it's like almost by mistake. So, but I'm going by most recent. It's probably Tall Boys because I was doing a comedy show there. And it's by the most recent of those locations. So I'll probably go with that.
Well, you'd be correct. That is your last 5 check-ins. So I thought that would be an easy one for you. And I did see that was where you're doing your comedy show.
Can you explain to me, like I'm an old man, like how check-ins work? Do you have to like, if you're, is it because like I tag that location?
I think, yeah, like if you make a post or something. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's not like I was at that place and
I checked in or something.
Oh, that makes sense because like
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I do those for this because I know like when I make a post that like the bar restaurant like gets tagged in it because also it gives people like the details and then they see it and they can also like share it as well. So it's just good to do that. But exactly. I didn't really know that's what the same thing as checking in does. So
yeah, I guess. Still more confusing to me. But hey, you got it right. 3 for 8. You're coming back.
Wow. Yeah. So I got one for you. This might be hard. I don't know how good you are at this sort of thing. But a pickaxe is a basic, commonly used tool in what video game? Is it A, Fortnite, B, Minecraft, C, Super Mario Brothers, or D, Donkey Kong Country?
Wow, so this is like a trick question because you'd think that they use them in almost every game except for Donkey Kong Country. They don't use them.
It's somewhere. I think the Kremlings have it.
So wait, so what's the question? Which
a pickaxe is a basic, commonly used tool in which of those video games?
It's very confusing. You'd think it'd be like all these games. So
because I guess
ahead.
you have to think of the commonly used tool as the most important part of that.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Minecraft.
Ross, you are correct.
Yes. You got to have that pickaxe.
The pickaxe
What's that?
The pickaxe is the basic tool for mining in Minecraft. But yeah, I thought that was a good question because we were talking about Fortnite, and I was like,
I know that's why I thought you were trying to lead me astray there.
But I think like I gave you a big hint by saying commonly used.
I was leaning towards Minecraft though.
Just in Fortnite, you're really only just using that as your beginning, like kind of crafting thing, right? Where you're breaking shit apart.
Yeah, so it's more like a weapon.
More like you just want to get a gun as soon as possible, so it's not really that common.
Yeah.
So that axe and people are shooting at you, you kind of fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Here is your next question. Now, the nice thing is it relates to both of our Facebook pages. So what was our first Facebook message between each other about? And of course, we must say, didn't you make a new account and then get rid of it and come back? Or is this actually the first message? I'm not sure. It's from 2008.
That would have been the first time, yeah, because I think we would have met around 2008 or 7, 8, right?
7, yeah. Yeah, 2007.
Didn't I have a message about you having me in your Facebook profile?
I don't know, but that's not one of the choices. I'm going to give you 3 questions.
I remember I messaged you one time, like when we were like, I first met you the first week in residence because you didn't really have a Facebook picture. Like you used something and you're like, I gotta get a new one. But then like, it's just like a awful looking picture of me and beside you as your profile picture. And I was like, can you get rid of that? Like, or at least, I don't know. Cause I was like, this looked the worst looking. I was just like greasy looking and like probably drunk.
Funny. I don't remember you saying that, but I do remember a picture where you're next to me.
Yeah, that was your profile. And then I was like, I didn't mind that I was in your picture. Just that it was the worst picture I'd seen.
You looked like super uninterested, and we were all just drinking at that table or something.
Yeah, I was definitely those times where I get zoned out and I'm drunk, but I just look terrible. And then I was like, Ross, you could do better, man. I was trying to do it for both of our own good.
Well, I'll tell you, that was not our first message. I'm going to give you multiple choice. I'm going to give you multiple choice. Don't worry.
Did I say, hey, Ross?
Well, I'm making it a little more specific than that. So is it A, me making a pun off your name? Is it B, me asking about a music program? Or is it C, you asking if I wanted to grab food because you were quote unquote hangry?
Oh, I think me saying you want to get food is pretty common. So
because you were quote unquote hangry?
Was I hangry?
Does that sound like something you'd say?
Probably.
Well, you are incorrect, Kirk. I threw that little specific in there to throw you off.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't. I don't normally say hangry, but
that's what I thought you would say. I thought you would think you don't say hangry, so I'm surprised you chose it.
No, I was like, but I overstepped that thought process because I was like, well, I do ask people a lot to get food with me. So
and that was a common thing back in those days, to go down to the little dining hall, whatever the hell it was called.
Get some food, you know? Yeah.
Well, instead, I'll read you the message. It was me asking about a music program. I said, "Hey, what was that weird music program that you had on your computer last time I was in your room?" Oh, and I handed in all the stuff. So Canada better get ready for a laugh explosion next year. Horrible, cringy message by me. But that was it. That was the first one. I guess you were doing some sort of music program.
Was it GarageBand?
No, it was something else. I already closed it. Oh, it was like some sort of guitar something. Some sort of guitar thing, you said.
Oh, okay.
I already closed it. It's hard to go back.
I don't remember what that would have been. I mean, I'm guitar. Oh no, I know what it was now. Guitar Pro. It's like a tab.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
There was a certain point in my life where like I thought that was really fun to edit and make your own tabs, and then you play it back and like it was pretty cool. But like that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You're 3 for 9 now. You got one left. So you got a final one for me? We're probably going long here.
Oh yeah, how long has this been going on for?
I feel like we've been going for like hour 15 maybe.
This is going to be like you know what we could do? Do you want to just keep going?
Oh, we can finish out our trivia if you want.
No, I'm suggesting that we have maybe the longest trivia thing of all time.
I think we're already pretty much there.
No, I mean like
left of you.
I think if we just keep asking questions, like,
and we just never sleep.
But it'll be
like 24 hours.
It'll be the best indication of how smart we really are, because most quiz shows only really have a small section of. I think human knowledge.
I think you just want 100 questions so you can make up for all the wrong answers you've given so far.
Yeah, I want to like do better.
Yeah. Well, maybe next pod, you know.
Okay.
Maybe next pod.
This isn't too bad of a question I'm gonna end on with. So I'm gonna go back to Star Wars. This is a pretty fair question considering Star Wars right now. So the question is, what is the battle armor used by Boba Fett in the Star Wars series?
I get some choices because my God. Oh, I know it. Oh, it's that stuff. Yeah. From the new show. Well, it's almost tough for me to even ask for multiple choice because I'll get it 100% if you give me the choice.
Is it A, didactic malware? C,
get the hell away from me with that one.
Is it B?
It's like 2 syllables.
Space dust.
No, it's gonna sound like Kevlar or something, but it's not that. So let's just get to that one.
And finally, is it D, Mandalorian?
Oh, that's what the armor's called?
No, I think it's didactic.
I thought it was made of something else.
Well, it's battle armor. It's not what it says. What is the battle armor used?
Are you sure? I thought it was made of some sort of weird, different material.
Well, it's just like the type of armor is Mandalorian armor.
I could have sworn it was made of something else.
That's why, because like in the back history of Boba Fett and his dad, Jango Fett, is that they're both not Mandalorian. That he had stolen the armor from
Wait a minute.
Mandalorian.
Hold on a second. It says generally the armor was made from Beskar. That's what the thing is that I was thinking of. The thing that sounds like Kevlar and it's 2 syllables. Beskar.
So no, it's just more simple than that. It's just Mandalorian because it's what the battle armor used. It's not what
I don't think so. Mandalorian are the people. Those are the people.
Well, it's like
Mandalorian armor. You want to call it that, but then it says you asked what it was made from, and it says Beskar. So sorry.
No,
that's going to be an incorrect answer for you.
No, I
3 for 10.
I said I asked the question, what is the battle armor used by Boba Fett in the series? But then I started listing off like types of weird material. So I said space dust because I couldn't think of something. And then I was like, well, I don't know what else to say. And then you were kind of already thinking that one answer. So I'll give it to you if you want. There you go.
Well, I think you could ask a super Star Wars nerd, and I think they would side with me on that one because it's made from Beskar, and they cover it pretty thoroughly in the Mandalorian show too. That's what they're melting down all the time.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a good show. I enjoy it. All right. I meant to end with a different one because this one's maybe anticlimactic, but you can still get it. Okay. How many, Kirk, of your profile pics have involved an image or a likeness of a monkey? Is it A, 1? Is it B, 2? Is it C, 3? Or is it D, 0?
It's A, 1.
Ouch, Kirk. Twice. It was your face and a little monkey filter. I'm sure you remember it. It was your profile picture. You put it up in 2008, right? And guess what? The same pic returned in 2014 on New Year's Eve. Return of the monkey pic.
Do you know what?
What?
Still the same pic.
Well,
same
actually,
pic,
it's not,
same one.
If you go to profile pics, one will be like 32 out of 70, and the other will be like 50 out of 70. So,
something weird happened. So. That's fine. But there was something. There was something weird that happened in like that 2014 where I don't know what I did. I think I accidentally did something where I didn't realize at first, but it basically like Facebook. I went to change my picture. And it re-uploaded like a lot of my other pictures as profile pictures. So I had like all of a sudden 20 other new profile pictures, but I think they were from an album. So somehow I misdid the thing of changing my picture. And then instead of uploaded a whole album of pictures for my Facebook profile. And I didn't really catch on right away. And then I'm like, I still have no idea how I did that.
Well, honestly, I think it's probably time for a return of the monkey pic. Maybe bring it back round 3.
Well, the monkey pic is also, it's in my pin pictures. So I get those 5 pictures. And
what?
You know how you have like in your Facebook, you can choose like where your photos are. There's like 5 pinned photos of your favorite photos.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's there as well. It's not a profile picture, but it's a pinned photo. What's it called? Let me check for you. What's that? I think that's a newer. That's like a newer Facebook thing that like not everybody has. It was called featured photos. So for me, there's a picture of a sad clown on its side because that's from a thing, my monkey guy. And then there's like a rainbow and a really gray, dirty sky. And it says greetings from Sarnia. And there's my gravestone. And then there's one of me trying to do the worm at my sister's wedding.
Nice. Did you do it?
It looks like I did it from the picture, but
you just flopped onto the ground.
In reality, it was me flopping and kind of doing a push-up.
That's not bad. That's a decent attempt.
But there's this cool like J.J. Abrams like effect, a lens blur on my legs, my feet. Looks like I'm doing some cool shit,
Oh, nice.
You can't live that way every day, so.
Yeah, I can see why that made that to the top 5 moments. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Classic.
Looks like I'm like kind of like turning into like vapor or something. It's kind of neat.
Well, your final tally is 3 out of 10, Kirk. That's 30%. You're no longer trivia king. Sorry. You've been dethroned this week.
But I know you.
Yeah, you were 1 for 1 with me. So there you go.
I know 100% of you. So
100% me.
And I am sorry for the idea of possibly keeping this, going on too long, but I really wanted us to get back into it,
Yeah, well, we have, other pods. There's more pods in the future. We're going to be quarantined for some time.
So this is the quarantine series. Are we going to call it that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You want to keep doing this quiz trivia, or we could find other things to do?
It's like quarantine trivia. No, it doesn't work.
Quarantine.
But yeah, we keep it going.
Genius.
No, I don't think that works.
Quarantine. I don't know. I was thinking of a name for this that would be because I called our podcast KRISS with Kirk and Ross.
Mm-hmm.
What if this is KRISS cross country quiz?
Ooh,
something.
There we go. There it is.
The cross country, or we call it like crisscross.
You know what? You just keep adding to it. Yeah.
Cross country quiz.
Yeah.
off.
So it's a third line that has that. And then every week we add a new line.
Yeah.
So it's KRISS with Kirk and Ross, the cross country quiz or whatever you said. Yeah.
On tour battle royale.
Yeah. That'll be next week's.
We're going on tour, baby. We're going to New Mexico. Yep. We're going to Chicago. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the rest of the podcast. Someone made it this far. You probably know a lot about us, so that's good.
And go and like Kirk's first profile pic. Get those likes up. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe
if you guys want to
throw a comment on it.
If you want to
we'll know if
like anything we do, that'd be great. Makes my appreciation for myself go up. And you know, I learned today, Ross.
Yep.
I gotta start loving myself a little bit more.
Exactly. A little bit more than your country, you know? Love yourself before your country.
Most people would know all these answers about themselves, but I didn't. And I think that says something that I need to be less selfless and more about
more selfish, exactly.
More selfish and just
more self-centered, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
I don't know about you. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely start working on that. Just start thinking about yourself.
All right, cool. Well, we got this done under an hour 30.
So it's a long one. It's a long one.
It's a long thing to get into. This is like what, like 4 regular Jeopardies right there?
Yeah, probably when you take out the commercial breaks. Yeah.
And we answered
about 4
probably
times the quality of Jeopardy, though, for sure.
We probably asked at least I think maybe an eighth of the questions, though. But you know, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're about the quality, not the quantity.
What it's about, baby. Yeah. All right. Yeah.